When dogs are adopted, they typically come from a shelter or a rescue. But how do they wind up there in the first place? Our producer Julie shares the unique story of Pele, a female Belgian Malinois who's available for adoption right now at Vegas Shepherd Rescue.
If you saw this adoptable dog on a website or Facebook page, you probably wouldn't think that for months she lived on her own on the side of a mountain.
There were some houses under construction that were being built, and they had been seeing her for several weeks, but she would never ever come down.
The terrain was thick, the obstacles were daunting, and one false move would send the skeptical Mal back to her mountainside den. This girl needed to be trapped, and luckily, there was one woman in town who was perfect for the underground job.
I'm grateful that I'm the go-to person to call as long as I have a place to take the animal. I can't trap a dog if I don't have a rescue to back that up.
But what she does is dangerous and should not be attempted by anyone without training.
Actually, I used to drive around and just see dogs walking on the side of the road, and it was really upsetting because I kept wondering why wasn't anybody doing something. And then it took me a while to realize I'm somebody and I can do something. So I kind of trained myself. I failed miserably for a year. Everything bad you can do and every mistake you can make, I did. And then I learned from every single one, and I'm doing a couple tricks of my own, and I've been here for probably 17 years now.
So the mission began first with surveillance.
We'd spend time in our cars with binoculars just writing down when the dog was moving around or what direction it went in. And it probably took almost a month of doing all of that to figure out enough to find a spot where we could establish a feeding station.
Day after day, Pele went to that spot for 2 squares and plenty of water. And finally, she trusted enough for the trap to be set. Pele was caught, but now they had to get her off that mountain.
Home Depot was very cool about helping us build a small sled to attach the trap to kind of bring it down the mountain. They helped us construct something, and on the way down, you'd expect her to be growling or snarling, but just very quiet and very calmly laying that trap.
Maybe she knew life was going to change for the better.
She's just sweet. You know, it's like she knows she missed out on all that attention for all those months from people, and now she wants it. She's just a really neat dog. She's definitely a volunteer favorite.
Living at the rescue house allows the dogs time to decompress from the scariness they've experienced, whether it be the shelter, the streets, or living on the side of a mountain.
We have such a routine there every single day that it's easy for them to understand what's going to happen and when. And even though there's, you know, a lot of people that come to do the shifts, you know, every person basically does the same thing and gives them food, gives them water, makes it fun to go back in their kennel, you know, takes them for a walk, plays with them. So they, you know, they learn that even though they're living in a kennel, that, you know, people aren't bad and it's not scary, and I'm going to get fed every day and taken care of.
And that is what trust is made of.
Some of them it takes a lot longer than others to decompress and to start trusting people, but Pele didn't. I think she came around really quickly as for knowing how long she was on her own.
And even though Pele hasn't found her forever family just yet, we suspect she's thankful for the village who got her off that mountain and gave her the opportunity to feel safe, loved, and have a full belly each day.